You know what? What time it is? You think it won't win it with? You know what? What time it is? You think it won't win it is? Yeah, I know what time it is. I know I'm a little late, but please don't hate. I have an explanation. Things are going a little bit crazy, but I'm here with y'all, see? And it's gonna be that way for another hour and a half. And I don't know, we might have to take on a little more, but for sure, it's Thursday. Let's get real about relationships. Yeah, it's the worst day of my life. No, not even close. But right now, we're going to do something my son hosts. The show that we on. Let's get this thing popping like a pop. Understand what I'm talking about? Yeah, it's the Daily Go Getimism show all up in your area. Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing taking off left lane, no coasting. And we talking about that would have never happened if we were still together. That would have never happened if we were still together. Have you ever felt like, you know, if you were still in somebody's life, if you were still there with somebody, if you were more involved in somebody else's situation, then maybe if they're doing bad now, they wouldn't have been doing bad because you were helping to keep them upright. You were helping to keep them encouraged. You were helping to keep them straight. You were helping to keep them healthy. You were helping to do a whole lot of things. Well, this subject can go deep, so this secret I'ma keep for who? For you. You know what we about to do. Yeah, me and the crew. It's the daily. So let's get this thing popping, y'all. Yo, I hope y'all feeling good tonight. I might not have been feeling all that good, but I tell you what, when the lights come on and the camera says on air, I be feeling good in the mud. I be feeling good in the mud. And so I'm ready. I'm ready. You ready? We ready. We do this thing. Steady. Are y'all ready? Are you ready? It's the Daily Go Getimism show. Yo, what's going on? T. Carey Wright, Stacy Wright, thanks for coming on through, holding it down before I even got on here, you know, looking for a chance to build with y'all, to talk to y'all, to get it popping. Yeah, but that's what we talking about tonight on the Daily Go Getimism show. That would have never happened if we were still together. You could be talking about a lover. You could be talking about a spouse. You could be talking about a friend of yours. You could be talking about a family member. You could be talking about your kids. You could be talking about your baby mom, your baby dad. You could be talking about a whole lot of things. You could be talking about a whole lot of things. When you know that your involvement with something has meant a lot to a situation, and for some reason, for whatever reason, you weren't able to be there like you had been there previously, and things just seem to have fallen down. And that's one of those things that have you just looking like, oh man, I wish I had been there. I wish I had stuck around. I wish I was still down. I wish that I never left for a minute, but I had some things to do. Yes, get in it. Yeah, let's get in it. Yeah, let's get to it. Yo, if I had another chance and I would do it, I would make sure that things were different this time. But right now, all I can really do is say this rhyme. But I'm all in from here until now on, until the thing is gone. And if the situation where the thing is gone already, now you have to deal with the little sadness, but the badness and the madness that you feel. Just chill, relax, do your thing at will. It's the Daily Go Getimism show, y'all. Things would have been different. That would have never happened. Things would have been different. That would have never happened. Things would have been different. That would have never happened if we were still together. If I hadn't have left, if you hadn't have left, if we hadn't have broke up, if we hadn't have separated, if we hadn't fallen out, if I hadn't gone my way and you hadn't gone your way, had we not gone separate ways, things would have been different. It would have been mad different. But look at me, look at you, look at look at me, look at you, and look at this situation. It's not good. And there's some things that must be understood. We gotta unify. Truth, no lies, yo. If I was still here, things would be fly. Now, with this situation, there is no particular guarantee or any way that you can say for certain, 100% certain, that things would have been different had y'all not gone your separate ways, had you not separated. There's no way that we can say for sure that things would have gone better, that things would have been improved, that things would have been the way that we wanted them to be. But we can't help. We can't help looking at the situation and thinking like, no, it would have been better. It would have been better. I'm telling you, I would have made this situation better because it was better when I was there. You know, like I don't want to. I hate to start the show off with a tragedy, but I have to be realistic about this whole situation. If you've ever been away from somebody for a long time and then you come back around them and they're sick, really, really sick, or if they passed away, yeah, it happens. You know, you don't talk to your friend for a long time. You haven't seen your uncle, your auntie, your favorite people in a long time. And when you come back, unfortunately, you came back to their presence no longer being here. Their presence is now in the essence. Their presence is now the essence. They're not available in the physical form anymore. They're not available in the physical form anymore. That's what the other content creators call unalived. They are unalived. It's amazing that on YouTube they don't want you to say the word dead. Are you crazy? It's a regular, it's a part of life. So I'm not doing that. But it's what the other content creators call unalived. What up, Gene Barbera? Harris all the way. Hey, I'm with all that. I'm certainly not with the other guy. But probably somewhere along the line during this show, you're probably going to see some people say things to the contrary. Because it happens. You know, we got a lot of Trump supporters coming through here. But, you know, don't worry. Don't let them steal your shine. You do what you do. TK Wright says, I have ex-friends that I feel this way about. I wasn't even finished that thought. I'm coming back to that for real. Bro, Bob, what's up? What's up, man? You come back every night. You know what I'm saying? This guy is real persuasive. He keeps coming back trying only 4 viewers. Aw. And you hear every night talking about the viewers. But I know you went back and looked at all of the shows with that view count after the shows was over. I know you did. And I don't mean immediately after the shows when they still counting. I'm talking about like, you know, a few hours later when you see like, oh, I didn't see that many people in the chat. Oh, there are so many ways to watch the show and so many ways the thing can go. So I worry not. I worry about what's really going to happen. You are here and that keeps a nigga snapping. But I'm not worried about you, bro, Bob. You ain't here to do nothing but try to steal and rob my shine. Because you smell like behind and you are the worst fishy kind. You are a straight P-U-S-S-Y. I spelled it like a little kid because it's Throwback Thursday. And on some other shit, I make hits and you be coming through to witness it. All right. My man Shadow Band, what's going on? What's going on? But yeah, like I was saying, man, you know, like if you are ever away from somebody for a long time and you got the call that they passed, and you know, you might be feeling like, yo, they would still be alive if I didn't go away, or if we hadn't fallen out, or if I was still here, if I wouldn't have left them in the care of this person and that person, they would still be here. They would still be here, and I know it for a fact. Now, people might say to you, how do you know? Because you don't know. You don't know if they would have still been here. You know, you can't stop somebody when their time comes, and you're right. You're right. But we only have to look at that way when things are final. When the end has come and you can't resuscitate nobody, when you can't put the prongs to them and say clear, woof, woof. When you can't do any more chest thrusts, when you can't resuscitate them by blowing air through their mouth and their nose, you know, to try to resuscitate them, yeah. Things are final then. But before then, we can speculate on anything. We can speculate on anything. When you know that you were taking good care of a person, when you know that you were making sure somebody took good care of themselves, when you know that you made sure that a person kept their doctor visits, made sure that that they took their medications, made sure that they exercised, made sure that they stayed positive, made sure that they didn't give up, made sure that they didn't feel helpless, made sure that they understood things, made sure that you explained things to their physicians, and made sure that they asked the right questions and got the right answers. When you know that you were putting in the pain, putting in the work, making sure that something was running right. Just like when you let somebody borrow your car. You ever let somebody borrow your car? And your car was running right. 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 I'm a multi-vehicle owner. I'm a multi-vehicle owner. And I've been a multi-vehicle owner for years. Over a decade. Over 2 decades. And one thing I know about having 2 cars is somebody is always going to want to borrow your car. Somebody's always going to want to borrow one of your cars. And more than likely, you keep up on your vehicles, make sure that the fluids are right, make sure that the tires are filled, making sure that the transmission is good, making sure that the battery's strong, making sure that your shit is running right. You know, you lend your car to somebody else. They might accelerate. Have you ever let somebody drive your car while you're a passenger and you see the way that they drive your car? Like, I remember when I got my first car. My first car was a brand new car. I had a car note. 1995. I had a 1995 Dodge Dakota. And I let my man drive it. He was like, "Yo, let me drive your joint," because he was good with cars. He always bought a lot of cars. As a matter of fact, he started selling cars and stuff. So I ain't had no reservations about him driving my car. But the first thing he did when he got in my car was he floored it. He floored I hadn't floored my car. The gas. He floored it. I watched his foot go all the way down to the floor. I was like, "Yo, what are you doing?" He was like, "Yo, I'm trying to see if this shit got balls." I was like, "Yo, I haven't tested my balls yet. Those are my balls." He tested my car's balls before I had a chance to test my car's balls. No diddy. You understand what I'm saying? So nobody will take care of your shit the way you will take care of it. So it's like one of those things. You lend somebody your car, they have it for a day or two. They always coming back saying, "Yo, I don't know what's going on with the car, but I'm hearing this knocking. Yo, I don't know what's going on with the car, but it doesn't seem to be accelerating right." Or, "Yo, when you drive your car, is it hard to steer? Do you have problems making turns?" Like, no, I don't. None of that shit you mentioned ever happens when I'm driving my car. You don't know what somebody will do with your stuff when you're not around. You're not privy to that information. So when you have a friend, a lover, a companion, a family member, a child that you've left in the care of somebody else because you had to go do something else, yeah, you could probably easily speculate that, "Yo, if had I been here, that wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have gone down like that. I made sure that I protected mine. I made sure that I stood up for mine. I made sure that I fought for mine. I made sure that I took care of mine. I made sure that mine were clothed, that they were fed, that they were housed. I made sure they got enough sleep. I made sure that they got the places on time. I made sure that they read. I made sure that they studied. I made sure that they understood." Evidently, somebody didn't do that. Somebody fell down on the job. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. You get the word from your peoples that such and such went to the doctor for a routine checkup, or they went to the doctor, to get some things checked out because something wasn't feeling right, and they never came home. And you know damn well that you're not getting the right story. You know it. And it wouldn't have happened if you was there. It wouldn't have happened if you was there. It wouldn't have happened if you was there. Yeah. It wouldn't have happened if you was there, but you wasn't there, so somebody didn't take care. And now you shed a tear each and every day because things didn't go the right way. And every day you beat yourself up and you feel bad because you couldn't get it up. You couldn't make sure that you got the place and time. They expired before you got to say a rhyme. And the time that you spend feeling bad is going deeper. They was a keeper, but somebody didn't keep their promise to you. They let them go down. They wasn't really crew. You only know who's really real when they really show their times are hard. You can rely on God, and they ain't God to you. They ain't Jesus. They ain't Allah. They ain't Buddha. They ain't nobody to you. And you be trying to make sure that things stay tight and that shit don't never go right. You want the job done right, gotta do it yourself. Motherfuckers, let your mom's health go down. They let your dad die, let your grandfather pass and expire. What the hell? I'm on some other type of shit tonight. We gonna talk about the shit and we gonna get the shit right. Let's get dressed. Let's get dressed. I ain't even do my intro. We gonna get dressed early tonight. Let's get it popping. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Son752, aka Omar with the R. And if you can't say Omar with the R, well then you just say Omar with the R. Let's get it popping. All right. I put it on my cow bones right now. I said, I'm putting on my cow bones right now. I got my uniform. I'm putting on my cow bones right now. From my point of view, I'm looking kind of good. Let's get it understood. These things are cow bones, ain't a little speck of wood. Let's get it popping. Got the left and the right. Y'all get to choose which one you're gonna wear tonight. I said you get to choose which one you're gonna wear tonight. Will it be the left one or will it be the right? I said the right or the left. Right or the left or the right. Let's get this thing tight. I said the right or the left. I see one for left. That's about to go down. Yeah, we won't clown. I don't want to take a lot of time. Right or the left. Let me know. Stacy White says the right. I said we got one. We need a tiebreaker. Which one is it gonna be? Please don't fake another funk, another move. Let's do this thing. It's time to show and prove. I said the right or the left or the right. Let's get it right. Let's make it tight. I said the left for the right, We only need one more vote. Let's see what you wrote. Right, left. No, this is left. I said right, left. Yeah, this is right. I said right or the left. It's a tiebreaker. Can we hurry up? I'm about to do the eeny, miny, mo. Eeny, miny, mo. We about to do this thing because it's about to go. That's how the show go. Right or left? Right. Wait a minute. Let me check something. Let me check something. Let me see. Let me make sure. Let me make sure that we are 6 o'clock over here. Let me make sure that we 6 o'clock over here. Let me see. Okay. Come on. All right. I guess we're right. All right. So we're going to do it. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a piggy by his toe. If he holler, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay. Stick your neck out, peeps. Come on, stick it. All right. There we go. That's right. Looking good. Looking real good. All right. Let's go ahead. Hold on. All right. I'm still like that. All right. All right. Looking good. Look at that. Looking good. Real good. You know what I'm saying? Looking pretty. Looking lovely. Looking sweet. Looking delicious. Looking beautiful. Looking gorgeous. Looking suave. Looking debonair. Looking dope. Looking fly. Looking handsome. Look at you, looking good. Real good. All right. So here we go. It would have never happened. That would have never happened if we were still together. It would have never happened if we were still together. It's easy to feel this way. It's easy to feel this way. You know, a lot of people talk bad about their past relationships. They talk bad about their exes. You know, sometimes there's bad blood and bad feelings between when you have been with somebody and when you break up with somebody, and sometimes the past is something that we really want to leave in the past and we don't want to ever visit it again, and we don't ever even want it to crop up again. We don't ever want to see it. And it's like that sometimes, you know. But when you think about if you still have love for somebody, even if you don't think that y'all could ever still be together, but you still have affection for them. Like, I don't know if you've ever broken up with somebody, but you don't want anything to ever happen to them. You know, you don't want nothing bad to happen to them. It's not like on the internet. You know, on the internet, everybody hates the person that they broke up with. They ain't got nothing good to say about them. They don't have no good feelings about them. You know, what they say? They my ex for a reason. They my ex for a reason. You know, like, you know, we don't have to go there. We don't ever have to go there. If I never see him again, it'll be too soon. But it's not always that way. Sometimes you may have lost physical affection for a person, but you still hope that they do well. Sometimes you hope that they do well, even if they have to be with somebody else. Now, you have to be a really evolved type of person to feel that way, because it's not an easy way to feel. It's not an easy elevation to ascend to. But yeah, you may get to that point where you say, listen, man, let me put it this way. I have known men that have stopped dealing with women and they weren't married, and they still cut them a little check on a regular basis, or set them up in the crib, paid the rent for them, maybe for a couple of months or whatever. Like, all right, man, look, I'm gonna do this for you. Look, we can't be together no more. You know what I mean? I can't deal with this no more. This situation is just not for me anymore. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set you up in this crib, you know, and you can stay here until, you know, you get on your feet or whatever. Don't worry about the rent or whatever. I'll take care of all of that, you know. So let's say for the next half a year, for the next 6 months, you know, all you pay the utilities, I'll take care of the rent. Everything will be all right. All right, let's do that. So you're going to have an electric bill, maybe a phone bill, and that's about it. You ain't paying the water, you know, the gas, and I mean, you know, maybe you pay gas, maybe you don't. A lot of these modern places, you know, everything is either all electric, or you have a really small gas bill, you know, whatever, you know. But yeah, so it might be that way when you separate from somebody, if you have evolved to that level of maturity. It's not easy. A lot of people, especially on the internet, a lot of people get really, really petty when they break up with somebody. Like, if she was on fire, I wouldn't piss on her. I said, if she was on fire, I wouldn't piss on her. I wouldn't piss on her to put her out. I wouldn't piss on her to put her out. I wouldn't piss on her even to put her out. I wouldn't piss on her even to put her out. Said, I wouldn't piss on her even to put her out. Said, I wouldn't piss on her even to put her out. I wouldn't piss on her even to put her out. I wouldn't piss on her even to put. I said, I wouldn't piss on you if you was on fire, and I hope that really quickly you'll expire. And I won't be talking at the funeral, cause I won't be showing up. Nope, not I. Yup, I feel that way, and it's genuine. Don't ask me why I was never kind to you or your peoples. I don't even like the kids and I don't like that stupid shit that you did. So don't nobody ever try to talk to me about pissing on your grave. Don't behave. I'll be there to make sure the flowers don't grow. You's a terrible motherfucker and you know that I am glad that you gone, and I remember the smell of your ass. It was strong, and I would tell everybody that you was wrong, and I was been thinking that shit all along. Yeah, that's how it goes on the internet. But in real life, normally we have some residual feelings left over for the people that we have been with, that we love, or that we loved it. Let me see. Ryan Magyar, what's good? What's good? For the love of tacos, make sure you what the fuck? And you, nice try, Diddy. What the fuck you? Okay. Yeah, nice try, Diddy. All right, good. Better try for you, Biggie. Better try for you, Biggie. All right. Vegan dials women only. Yeah, everything. Every time my husband drives. Oh, okay, well, I was talking about the car. Yeah, man, this shit is so nerve-wracking. I have said pull over, okay. And Aussie mate, what's going on, Aussie mate? And Lily, what's good? What's good? Swifty Mob says you low-key remind me of Mike Tyson. Man, I'm hearing that a lot on this show. I'm like, how? Said deliver us from evil. Says, why you up here looking like Dowsum from Street Fighter? I don't know, but I know that I came out before Street Fighter did, so he probably looking like me. Swifty Mom says, actually, okay, so that's a new one to deliver. Yeah, I'm just saying, like there are times when you feel like you would still look out, even though you don't feel like romantically y'all could ever be together again. You don't feel like romantically y'all would ever be on the same page again. You don't feel like y'all would ever be able to put the band back together. Speaking of putting the band back together, musical groups break up all the time. And you know what happens when the lead singer of a group is the glue of the group, or the reason that everybody is buying records. Lionel Richie of the Commodores. How good were the Commodores when Lionel Richie left? Jeffrey Osborne when he left LTD. A lot of people are saying, who is LTD? Trust me, those songs by LTD were way better than Jeffrey Osborne's solo career. And Jeffrey Osborne had a very good solo career. Better than On the Wings of Love, you know what I mean? Yeah. But anyway, Diana Ross when she left the Supremes. You know, you can't have Diana Ross in the Supremes if there's no Diana Ross. It's just the Supremes. And it was just the Supremes when they first started the group. But, you know, a lot of y'all might know that whole story and some of y'all might not know it. But, yeah. When Teddy Pendergrass left Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Now, Teddy Pendergrass was the lead singer of Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes. It wasn't Harold Melvin. It's kind of ironic, right? It's kind of crazy. But, yeah. Teddy Pendergrass left Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes. And they were still okay, but they weren't the same. Teddy Pendergrass was a superstar. Now, then you had David Lee Roth when he left Van Halen. Remember when David Lee Roth left Van Halen and Sammy Hagar became the lead singer of Van Halen? And who else? Okay, Phil Collins left Genesis, but did he ever really leave Genesis? He left and pursued a solo career, but he kind of still held on to Genesis, you know? Prince tried to leave all of his groups all the time, but you know, he would just rename the group. Like, yo, there's no more the revolution. There's no more revolution. We got rid of that. That went out with Purple Rain. They're now the new power generation. Like, a lot of those members look the same. Like, is that Lisa and... No, they're not the same. When lead singers leave the group, sometimes the group doesn't sound the same. Sometimes they don't chart as well. They don't sell as many records. They don't have the same sound. They don't have the same swag. And a lot of people feel like, yo, if such and such was still with the group, they would have still been great. They would have still been a power group. Now look at if you look at the groups that have stayed together, have they really stood the test of time? Now, how many groups do we know where that have stayed together? Mostly all of the groups are male groups, because females, they just don't. I don't know what it is. It's like the female musical curse. There's usually about 2 or 3 albums and done. So we don't really have a lot, you know, if you look at certain documentaries, you'll see that groups, even female groups, have made more than 2 or 3 albums, but you didn't know because they got back together and released albums, released music, and you never heard it because they never got that spark back or whatever. But a lot of times, you know, people have left that group. Belinda Carlisle left the Go-Go's. Y'all know who Belinda Carlisle is? She was the lead singer of the Go-Go's. You remember the Go-Go's? We got the beat. We got the beat. Our lips are sealed. That's right. I'm an 80s kid. I remember all that shit. I mean, pop in the 80s, you know. And vacation, all I ever wanted. Vacation had to get away. Yeah, you know. But she did have a solo record, and it was pretty good. What was it? She had one hit. What was Belinda Carlisle's hit? What was Belinda Carlisle's biggest hit? Mad About You? Maybe. That's not the one I'm thinking of, though. Is that the one? Is it? Mad About You? That might have been the one, but somehow, I remember a different song. But I guess Mad About You has to be the one. I guess. But yeah, we don't know what certain groups would have been if they stayed together. We don't know how things would have turned out if they would have, you know, if they wouldn't have lost their lead singer. But most of us agree that, yo, when this singer left, then the group wasn't as good. They weren't as strong. They didn't have the same kind of flavor. They just didn't have the same appeal. And if such and such would have stayed there, if he would have been there, they would have been the greatest group ever. They would have outsold the Beatles. They would have still been on tour longer than the Rolling Stones. I don't even know if Moses could have toured longer than the Rolling Stones. I don't know if Moses could tour as long as the Rolling Stones. Okay, TK Wright says he never really left Genesis. Okay. All right, and TK Wright says Prince would always keep one or two of them, then change the name. That's where Diddy got the idea to keep switching up. Did it? To keep switching up what? What group did? What? Danny the Kane? I don't know. Total was the same, right? Nick Valentine says, I converted my gold to gunpowder in case the left wins. Oh well, good for you. I know you're not still here. I ain't worried about it, but I know you're not still here. And you can't convert gold to gunpowder. But you know. Try, you know what? I got an idea. Try it with lead. You know, try it with lead. It might work. Try it with lead. Yeah, yeah. That's an idea. Try it with lead. But yeah, excuse me. So yeah, that never would have happened if we would have still been together. That never would have happened if we would still been together. The most tragic thing that can happen is if you and your spouse break up. You and your spouse get divorced, y'all separate or whatever, and you're separated from your children for a while. You probably know where I'm going with this. You're separated from your children for a while, and when you come back to your children, you see that they have either gotten themselves in trouble and they're in the middle of some crazy shit, or they're not doing as well as they should be doing. And you probably figure it's because the other parent wasn't making sure that they held it down the way that they should have been holding it down. Now, this can get out of hand, especially in the black community, because a lot of black men feel the right to be like, well, this shit happened on your watch, and these single moms, these single black moms be fucking up their kids. They got these boys running around here like little sissies with all this feminine energy, and the girls acting like little boys with all this extra masculine energy, running around here with their pants hanging off their ass, holding hands and kissing girls and grinding them in the corner. What are y'all grinding on anyway? It's flat on flat. Y'all not even fat. But shit like that. Somehow it becomes the black mother's fault. And he's feeling like, had we stayed together, I wouldn't have let any of this happen. I would have got my son involved in sports. He would have stood up and walked tall like a man with his head held high, and he would have liked girls. He would have had he probably would have had to use condoms or something. I mean, if the boy is gay, I pray that he uses condoms. Anyway, Too Evil to Hope says, let's hear some beats. Oh, you gonna hear some beats tonight. Don't worry, my dude. We do not escape out of here without some beats. So you will get that in tall order. You just stand by. But yeah. So a father might feel that way. Like, had I not had me and his mom, me and him, her mom, me and their mom worked out, I would have been there to make sure that things were okay. Or maybe they're not doing good financially. Yeah, that would have never happened if I was still there, because I would have always made sure that I kept my job. I would have made sure that I kept the lights on. I would have made sure that the bills were paid. I would have made sure that there was enough money left over to go shopping, to have recreation, to do everything. I would have made sure that I would have made sure that there was that a man's presence in this house was felt. For a father, maybe while you were separated from your ex-wife or your ex-girl, whatever, your son gets beat up or jumped or something like that. When I was in sixth grade, there were these two boys in my class, that were, they didn't get along very well, and they had a fight. And I remember my man broke my classmate's jaw. I guess my man's brothers or somebody had taught him how to box. And the dude who jaw he broke his jaw. Like, when you are 11 years old, you hear about somebody having their jaw broken, but it's not a real thing to you. Well, he broke the kid's jaw. And the mom tried to sue, but she couldn't because the little boy kept provoking my man. He didn't know that my man had hands. This was 1982. My man had hands. He had hands. And even my teacher was like, boy, what the hell? White teacher. Italian. Mr. Giomi. I'll never forget Mr. Giomi. Not that I liked him or anything, but, he did insist that we did our work and all that shit. But yeah. He broke his jaw. And I remember thinking to myself, like, his mom tried to sue. I didn't hear anything about his dad. But wherever his dad was, can you imagine how you would feel if your son was in a fight and got their jaw broken? Like, little boys get in a fight, they supposed to just get in a fight. There might be a black eye, a bloody nose, a busted lip, might even knock out a tooth that was already, coming out. But to get your jaw broken, have your shit wired up for weeks, and these not braces. I can't imagine if my son, I can't imagine what I would do, how I would feel, how I would handle a situation if my son came home and I'm not home. So wherever I am home, I have to hear that my son got his jaw broken. I don't know how I would handle that. But best believe I'm going to be thinking like, yo, my son ain't had no business getting his jaw broken. I should have taught my son how to hold his hands, duck, show him how to work on his defense. You know what I mean? Make sure you keep this arm blocking your ribs. So, you take a rib shot, you going down. Down like Mary J. Blige. I'm going down. I'm going down. It was originally recorded by Rolls Royce. Shout out to Rolls Royce. But yeah, he had hands. And my man that knocked him out, he was a good dude. He was a good dude. It's funny because I knew that this kid's hands were lethal, but I still wasn't scared of him. Like, you can only be afraid of somebody that you don't know or something that you don't know. We only fear the unknown. Think about it. We don't fear the known. We fear the unknown. No, I'm not going out in that water because I don't know if there's sharks out there. No, I don't. I'm scared of the dark because I don't know what's in the dark. I can't see. No, I don't want to. I don't want to be around dogs or cats because I don't know if they'll bite me. We fear the unknown. Blood fart, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. He says Markiplier, BTS, ASMR, Billy Eilish, Tom and Jerry. What the hell? WWE Music, YouTube, Google Translate, Biden, Trump 24, Facebook, Amazon, Weather Review, Episode War, News, CNN, ESPN, NFL, NBA, Dynamo, T-Series, NHL, TikTok, James. What did I just read, my dude? And why did I feel good reading it? What just happened? And one says, if you move, you gay. If you call me gay, you're gay. But you was gay before you said it. Because when you come around talking about something is gay, you was already in your heart feeling that way. You's a little fuck boy, tuck your dick boy. Yeah, tuck your dick between all the way to your ass. You know, your dick ain't long enough to reach all the way to your ass. But you probably really tried, stretch the shit inside. You's a little sissy one. You's a little missy one. You like to wear the dress. I know that kind of guy. You know the kind of guy that used to wear the... You tried on your sister's or your mom's high heels when she wasn't home, didn't you? Come on, you can tell me. You can tell me. You've always had this urge to bake. You want to bake. Because, you know, gay dudes always, for some reason, they like to bake. You know what I mean? They don't just like to cook. They want to bake. Like, I'm going to make some cookies. I'm going to make you a cake. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Michael Jackson was gay, but you probably did the Michael Jackson voice to be gay. Yeah, Jermaine, Tito, I'm going to bake you some cookies. Do you want to taste some of the dough? You bitch. Tell the truth. You were the flower girl. You were the flower boy at your uncle's wedding, weren't you? Come on. Come on. You were your uncle's favorite boy niece. Come on. You can tell me. Come on. You were the flower boy. You were the flower boy at your uncle's wedding. I know it. I knew 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 it. Yeah. But it happens like that. So anyway, yeah. Getting, like, working on your defense. Like, as a father, how would you feel? Like, you would have to feel like you failed your child because you weren't there. You weren't there. You didn't show him how to hold his hands. You didn't teach him self-defense. You didn't even teach him how to run, or at least not to get involved. See, the young boy who got his jaw broken was a bully, but he chose the wrong one. He chose the wrong one to bully, and it didn't go well. It didn't end well at all. I always wondered what happened to him after that, because I didn't go to that school after 6th grade. I left the school and went to 7th and 8th grade somewhere else. But that was crazy. Oh, MI says, sorry to break it to you. I'm a woman. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yo. Everybody know. Everybody know you're a woman in a man's body. You're a woman in a man's body. Transgender baby. Yes, you are a transgender baby. LGBTQ. I said, yes, LGBT. Well, yo, man. Okay, so did you come out of the closet on this show, or is this like your first day of being a girl? You wear a lot of makeup, or you know, you a rough rider. Like, what's? I mean, you could tell me. What is it? We knew you were girly, but now you say that you're a girl. So, are you identifying as a woman, or like? I mean, we can't see your face. So there's no need to be bashful. You can say whatever you want. Nobody's really going to care. Nobody's really going to care. You'll be okay. Broke Bob. Yo, you know what? Yo, TK, right. Maybe we should make Broke Bob a moderator. because he counts viewers. His job is to count viewers. Look, we got this many. Look, now, look, we got this many. Oh, no, it went down. We only have this many. Oh, no, look, we got this many. Like, how old is this little boy? How old is this little boy? Like, does he use deodorant yet? You know how it is when you have kids and they kids don't need deodorant when they're really, really young. Their sweat glands haven't really started to become odorous, malodorous. But when they first start, to start to stink, you like, oh yeah, time for you to rub on that tussie. Throwback Thursday, baby. You gotta put that tussie on. You gotta put on that tussie. Yeah, grab the tussie. Grab the tussie. All right, hold on. Berlin TV. Wait. That's Berlin TTV. Says, what are you drinking? This is called Colon Ream. It's a smoothie to y'all. It's called Colon Ream. This is branded. So I just made this, and this is good today. So the reason that it's like brownish in color, you know what I didn't do? Shit, I knew something was missing. God damn. I knew something was missing. Here I am with this big ass container of black seed, and I didn't add it. So let me put a few seeds up in there, biatch. Yeah, that's enough. That's hold on, I don't want to advertise this shit. Black seed. All right, so now I gotta get, but it's that's okay. So it's black seed in here, as you can clearly see now, and I got turmeric in here, and I also have echinacea in here. So those are the herbs that chase the infections away, chase all of the viruses away and all of that. And I also have a lot of garlic in here. So I got a big flower of garlic in this bitch. And I also I have spinach, red onion, turnip. I got celery in here. I have radish in here. But daikon radish, and I have what else? I have a beet in here. That's the reason why, like with the green and the red, normally the red from the beet overpowers everything and makes everything red, but today it just made it kind of brownish, so it looks like I'm drinking dirt or maybe doo-doo. But it's not doo-doo. It's actually pretty good. I mean, it's actually very good because I don't drink nothing that tastes nasty. And I shouldn't say I don't drink anything that tastes nasty, because I'll drink something that's nasty, but it'll take me longer to drink it. This I could drink all the way down in one sitting. I could drink this in a couple of minutes because it tastes good. I don't think there was cucumber in there too. So I try to put the ingredients in there. I try to put the vegetables in there that are alkaline. You know, if you know anything about alkalinity versus acidity, and you know what I'm trying to do. You know what I'm trying to do. Okay. Black man is God. 80. That's what I'm talking about. Knowledge of self is coming through. Said, why you let Bob get you out of character? It's not about getting out of character. Oh, pardon me, my dude. He doesn't get me out of character. I give everybody time on this show. Everybody gets time. I shout out everybody. If I have time, sometimes there are too many people in here for me to shout out everybody, but I try to read everybody's comments too. That's why people like Broke Bob come through. You see him bitching, but he's still here, and he's been here since the show started, and he's not going anywhere. Trust me, he's been here every night for like the past week. That motherfucker like this shit. He's a fan, but he's a dickhead. So, don't worry about it. It's all good. It's all good. So you see him talking, and I'm not even talking to him. I mean, look, like he's like the disruptive kid in the class, showing out, and he thinks everybody is laughing with him, and they laughing at him like, you won't stop me from getting an A today. Shoot, I got me a C, but I'm passing. You know, it's like that. Berlin TTV says, I mean, he's stating the obvious. Don't be mad. What's the obvious? I know, right? Like we can all see it. One viewer, two, 13. Ah! I mean, maybe he just learned how to count. You know how if y'all had children, or you remember when you were a child, when you first learned how to count, Mom, I can count all the way to 50. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like that. He's almost like that. Am I lying? All right. Okay. When was the last time I seen my kids? Today. And I could go get her and put her on camera right now. Last time I saw her. Because she's here. You want to see her? Hey, Yanni. She ain't scared to get on camera. My dude. Okay. So give that man a wrench. I'm going to think about it. All right. The little girl boy. Am I? All right. The little girl boy. No. Let me think of a cutesy name that will symbolize that you kind of hermaphroditic. Let me see. A girl that wants to be a boy. We used to call people like you a shim. So tell you what, you'll be a shim. Now, for any contractors, they think like a shim. You mean like a piece of wood that you put as a spacer to make sure that the door is. No, a shim. She and him. Huh? Shim. From now on, we'll refer to am I or whatever the fuck Shim's name is as Shim. Welcome Shim to the. I'm gonna welcome Shim. Let's give Shim a prop. You know what? I normally do the bongos. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna give you the Native American. I'm gonna give you the. Here comes Shim. Here comes Shim. Here comes Shim. Here comes the Shim. Here comes the Shim. Here comes the Shim. Here comes the Shim. When the shim comes through, hold on. I got it. Hold on. When the shim comes, 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 when the shim comes. Welcome, Shim. Welcome. All right, welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should too. Also, Please hit the like button. Please share the show. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Tonight on the Daily Go Get 'Emism Show on this Throwback Thursday, Let's Get Real About Relationships Thursday, we are talking about that would have never happened if we was still together. That wouldn't have happened if we were still together. I said it wouldn't have happened if we was still together. It wouldn't have happened if we was still together. I said wouldn't have happened if we were still together. It wouldn't have happened if we were still together. It wouldn't have happened. Wouldn't have happened. Wouldn't have happened. Wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have happened if we were still together. I said. Let's stay together. Let's stay together. Let's stay together. Let's stay together. Let's stay. Let's stay together. Temptation sing. All right. 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 Bloodboy says he, she chocolate is very different from Hershey chocolate. Yo, and you're right. He, she chocolate is definitely different from Hershey chocolate. Yes, Shim, take notes. Here, take the pen, Shim. Take the pen, Shim. Come on, man, take the pen. Pen. Take the. Try to help some people, man. Try to help some people. Yeah, bluff fun. That's what I'm saying earlier. Like the count on Sesame Street. 1 view. Ha 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 ha. 2 views. You fucking Oscar the Grouch ass nigga. What the fuck are you talking about? So, all right. But this motherfucker, he's getting a little bit too much love. Bloodfar says, Bob, you need oil and drum money for the oil and drum show. You know what I'm saying? Look, and Shim says, this is premium entertainment. You're right. This is not the regular degular. All right. Okay. All right. What's that? Damn, how do you pronounce this shit? Hold on, man. Let me cue y'all back up. Oh, let me cue you back up. Let me. Okay. Let me see. Okay. What's that? Wick, talk to me, I'm sorry, man. I can't even say it. I can't say it. I don't know if like. Hold on, son. Hold on. Oh, okay. Wick KKA. Okay. Talk to me, man. We talking, man. We talking. Says, don't call your wife a stuffed monkey, Bob. That's rude. Yeah. Ryan Magyar, what's going on, my dude? What up? He said, what happened? I missed. Don't worry about it. You here just in time. We good. TK Rice said, oh, and Harrison VR, what up? Thanks for coming through. TK Rice says, I have an ex who lost everything after we broke up. I haven't. Wow. Living Love and Light says, picture this. I'm getting out of the bath after microdosing mushrooms to relax Forest Estate, not wanting to miss your show and turning it on and you drumming with the shim comes. Yes. Yes. Shim. Shim. Shim is our sponsor. Let's make Shim our sponsor. Shim, don't worry about subscribing to the channel. Don't subscribe. Just show up and show out. Just having you here. Whenever I see "am I" or whatever that shit say, then I know Shim is here. The Shim champ. So if they ever try to flag this channel for not having diversity, be like, what about Shim? Who? Am I? Whatever. What about that? It'll be like when racists be like, you know, I have black friends. I'm not racist. I'll be like, I have nothing against any gay people or transgender. I reckon I even say they're not exactly the same. I have Shim. They be like, you got Shim? I'll be like, yes, I have Shim. Let me live. I have Shim. Forgive me, Father, for I have shimmed. Forgive me, Father, for I have shimmed. Forgive me, Father, for I have shimmed. I have shimmed. I have shimmed. Forgive me, Father, for I have shimmed. Forgive me, Father, for I have shimmed. Forgive me, Father, for I have shimmed. 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 Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I didn't do it with her. I didn't do it with him. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. 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 So we talking about that never would have happened if we would have never broke up. If we were still together, that would have never happened. You would have never got sick. You would have never lost your job. You wouldn't be living in this little shack, this little rundown one bedroom apartment, this bullshit studio. You wouldn't be here with this nasty ass stove. You know what I mean? Teapot on that bitch looking like it was the old, you know. I'm a little teapot short and stop. This shit is fucked up, son. You would have never been collecting SSI every month if we would have stayed together. I made you get out there, you know what I mean? I made you take your medicine. You wouldn't have just been running around here crazy in front of everybody. I made sure that you didn't get 302. 302 is when you are involuntarily committed into a psychiatric institution. I don't know what they call it in your respective state. I don't know. All right. And good looking out. Living, love, and light. Good looking out. Okay. All right. Oh, by the way, you know what I didn't tell y'all? We already over an hour in. Y'all can call into the show. If you would like to call into the show, the number to call is area code 319. Bro, Bob, I would love for you to call into the show, but I know you won't because you a bitch. But I would love for you to call into the show. 319-527-6199. That's the number to call. I said a 319-527-6199. Yes, y'all. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get on the line. I said a 319-527-6199. Yeah, get your shine, baby, Get your shine, baby, Get your shine, baby, Get your shine, baby. 319-527-6199, baby. Call 319-527-6199. Press number 1, and that will let me know that you would like to speak. And then I will call you out by the last 4 digits of your telephone number. You can rock on and do the damn, do the damn thing. This is the Daily Go Get 'Emism Show, and we are talking about That never would have happened if we would have still been together. So we're talking about when you have experienced a lover going down or being messed up, or how about this one? How about this one? Have any of you ever been involved, especially you ladies, have you ever been involved with a man that couldn't stay out of jail? He couldn't stay out of jail. He may have had a propensity to commit minor crimes, but he was always into some shit. And maybe when y'all were together, you kept him motivated. You made sure that he worked. You made sure that he reported to his PO. You made sure that he stayed motivated. You made sure that he stayed positive. You kept him involved with his children, involved in the community. You knew that whenever you weren't around, he would get involved with the wrong crowd. So you made sure that you held him down at every turn. And so in that way, he stayed out of jail. But as soon as y'all broke up, as soon as y'all weren't together anymore, guess where he wound up again? In jail. So if y'all were together, yeah, he probably wouldn't have been in jail, because you made sure that you kept him away from always turning to crime when things weren't going his way, or when he didn't have enough money, or when he didn't feel, or when he was overly aggressive. Maybe he had a violent streak, or maybe he had sticky fingers, or maybe his method of making money was selling drugs. So you showed him, like, listen, baby, we can make legal money. You got a superstar chick with you. You know what I mean? I'll show you how to make money legally. You can go ahead and do it yourself. I'll just be in the background cheering you on. I'll make sure that the home front is taken care of, the kids are taken care of, that they're being raised properly. You go out there and make the bacon. Bringing it home. You don't have to sell drugs. And hold on. Why are we talking about this selling drugs shit? Why this political climate is going on? I am getting sick and tired of motherfuckers telling me about Kamala Harris's record on crime, and you ask her how many motherfuckers are locked up to this day because they were found with small quantities of weed and coke and heroin and pills and blah, 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 blah. Between these stupid ass, cooning ass, niggas and Donald Trump, I'm like, did anybody get the memo that black men do not have to commit crimes? We don't all go to jail. We don't have to sell drugs. There are black men who make it from the cradle to the grave without selling drugs. It's amazing. It's amazing. I'm on the path right now. So far, I have sold 0 drugs in my life. Not one nickel bag. Not a tray. Not a dime. Nothing. And I've never been to prison. And guess what? I'm not the only one I know that's like that. We, as black people, as black men, women, and children, we have to understand that we got to stop bargaining or critiquing our political figures over this jail issue, over this crime issue. We're not all criminals. And I don't give a fuck about all of this jail shit the way I might have cared about it when I was younger. Oh yeah, man, you know, niggas is locked down. You know, they locked down because they did some shit. I'm not saying that they didn't receive unfair sentences, or maybe they didn't receive a fair trial. But guess what? You know how you circumvent all of that? And for those of y'all who don't know what the word means, circumvent means get around or avoid something. You don't fucking commit the crimes. I don't ever have to, when I leave out of my house, I don't ever have to worry about the cops accosting me, approaching me. Other than maybe a speeding ticket. But other than that, I ain't worried. They're not gonna find drugs or contraband on me. That's not happening. Same thing with my sons. Same things with my daughters. Same things with my nieces and my nephews. We ain't into crime. We haven't been raised, taught, groomed, or conditioned to make money that way. We've learned to get up off of our ass, wake up early in the morning, get your ass out there, go to work, hustle, sell something, print up some t-shirts, craft, arts and crafts and shit, make some shit that's original, sell it. You know, things like cow bones and shit. You know what I mean? Things like that. Beads. Fix computers. Build computers. Fix houses. Build cabinets. Fix electricity. Plumbing. Trades. That's what we've been conditioned to do. And guess what? We teach all of our children to do that shit, and anybody who hangs around us. Sure, I've been around hundreds of criminals in my life. Yeah, I rubbed elbows with many drug dealers and drug addicts. But even the drug addicts that I worked around worked. They worked. So incarceration, black incarceration is an issue. But we gotta stop kicking it like that's all we got. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Go get beat it with that bullshit. Right now, none of my people are locked up. That's not a minor miracle. I know plenty of black families who can say the same thing. No, ain't nobody locked up. Well, hold on, wait a minute. My cousin on my first cousin on my mom's side, he is locked up and he stay locked up. But he the only one over there that stay locked up all the time. And on some real shit, a man who can't stay out of jail is useless. He is. He's useless. He's useless to his kids. He's useless to his community. He's useless to his family. He's a liability. You got to put money on his books. You got to be worried about whether he's going to come home in one piece or a body bag. You know what I mean? I always feel like if a man doesn't do a lot to stay out of jail, he constantly is in and out of jail, more than likely he got a boyfriend in jail. And many niggas who have been in jail will tell you the same thing. Oh, he probably got something going on in there. Because most niggas, especially when you talking about petty crimes, things that you could easily avoid. You know, petty theft and shit like that, smash and grabs. And a lot of times they got a boyfriend in jail. So they don't mind going. They don't mind staying for a while. My cousin has more years in than out, and he's older than me. I'll be 54 August 12th. He is currently 56. You tell me. You too old to be going back and forth to jail, my dude. You are. But he's been a thief since we was young. He's been a thief since we was young. It was like he couldn't be stopped. Mom always had good jobs. My aunt worked 2 jobs, 3 jobs, whatever she had to do. And she was home. And now I can't speak on his father's side. Okay, hold on. All right, so find out where I am. Johnny West came through. Yeah, you came through when we was talking about the shim. That's what's up. All right. Shim said, I have shim too close to the sun. 2 is close. It's spelled T-O-O. You know what I mean? I want you to practice. I don't know if you're black or white, but we practice black excellence around here. So even if you white, you have to practice black excellence. All right. All right. Dude says, yeah, you thug. Ah. C Sama says, how do jail niggas have wife and kid? I don't know. Ask a jail nigga. But well, I mean, plenty of them have wives and children. But I don't know. All right. TK Wright says, never. I don't deal with men like that. I can understand. Shim, what about you, Shim? Says, I think you should do comedy instead of whatever this is. You think so? I've never thought about doing comedy before. See some. Shit. Stephen Holmes says, go to sleep, old man. All right, right after this. Okay. All right. Al Trujillo says she had an innocent man locked up. You fruitcake. Oh, he called me a fruitcake. Damn, I wish he would have called me like, maybe like a pound cake or something like that. You know what I mean? Nobody likes fruitcake. I understand she had an innocent man locked up. I do. I understand that. I do. You know who else had 5 innocent men locked up? I'll give you one guess. He used to be the 45th president of the United States. You need a bigger hint? And he wasn't even a prosecutor. He used his influence because, at the time he was extremely wealthy and influential in the city of New York. Ring a bell? He had 5 young black men incarcerated. He called for their arrest, prosecution, and the death penalty. And he almost got it. They were locked up for years. And then, look at God. From DNA, they were proven not to have had anything to do with the crime. And so they were exonerated. And guess who never apologized to this day or admitted that maybe I made a mistake? And guess who said instead that, yeah, well, they probably did something else. It was the former 45th president of the United States. The one that everybody says is so great. Well, what did Rick Ross says? What did Rick Ross say? He said, God forgives, I don't. Well, call me Maybach music. So all right, so Johnny says that's like saying all those people are in jail because Charles Manson was a bad influence. Well, that is why I'm like, he ordered them to kill those people, and they did it. They thought Charles Manson was like some kind of Jesus type dude. You have to admit that he kind of, the way he wore his hair, and he was kind of, he might have been a little, I think Jesus was probably a little taller than him. I'm talking about the image of Jesus, the one that Michelangelo created in 1605, not the real Jesus. We don't know how the real Jesus actually looked in the flesh, but the way he was described in the Bible didn't look anything like the picture that Michelangelo drew in 1605. Okay. Johnny West. Okay, wait a minute. So, Son of Soweto says, hello, Professor. Are you watching the Olympics? I haven't watched the Olympics even once yet. You know what I mean? I don't really fuck with the Olympics like that, but they ain't, I watch the highlights more than anything else. but I haven't really been watching them. Chris says if you feel you have to sell drugs, do it legally via get into the pharmacy business, and you can grow that without the major risk involved with selling illegal drugs. I mean, that's a good idea. My point is, black people don't have to sell drugs. You just don't have to sell drugs. You don't have to commit any crimes. I hate it when among ourselves we act like we can't make it without going outside of the bounds of the law. And it's not true. It's not fucking true. If it was true for us, then it would have to be true for everybody else. There's no way that only black people and Hispanics are committing crimes in order to get ahead. It's not like black people who work legally are like the exception to the rule. I'm kind of like a numbers guy, but I look for the truth in numbers, not just the propaganda in numbers. Like when they say, like there are a lot of black people who think that there are more black men in jail than anybody else that's in jail, and that's not true. There's 40 to 41% of black people in jail, which is disproportionate to our population because we're only 12% of the population. But there are more white people in jail than black people, period. They're just more. But we don't focus on that because disproportionate to our population, there shouldn't be that many black people in jail. And that I agree with. But you have to understand the context in which we say it. We say it like there ain't no, I've actually heard it said, there ain't no black men on the streets because they're all in jail. That's why these women are dating each other, because all of there ain't no black men out here. That's why black men have to cheat, because then there's not enough black men for black women to have. So they got to share them. Don't tell me y'all ain't heard people say the same shit. They don't fucking know what they talking about. They don't. Because they heard somebody else say it. And then they looked around like, yeah, that sounds right. That sounds about right. Because in your area, it feels like that's the way it is. And every 90 seconds. And every man that a lot of women have been meeting seem to have somebody else. Now, it could be that all the good men are locked down. Well, I mean, shit. What they say? A good man is hard to find. And when he's playing around, they said a hard man is good to find. Yeah. All right. So, Jared Smith says, I'm doom scrolling. Doom scrolling? I don't know. All right. TK Rice says, saying that it's the music is a cop out. People do what they want to do. Chris says, I stay locked up in my office, focused on my business. I feel that. That's what's up. Son of Soweto says, why do African Americans think that it's okay to insult each other by calling others the N-word? Well, you have to think about what we're actually saying. We're saying N-I, when we're addressing each other, we're saying N-I-G-G-A-S or N-I-G-G-A. We're not saying N-I-G-G-E-R. We're not saying that. So N-I-G-G-A, I mean N-I-double-G-A is our way of saying, well, society looks at us as the negative part of society. So we own the word, but we're taking the power out of the word. So I only get pissed off when white people call black people niggas, and then we either want to fight or we want to go off or we want to sue or I'm like, Man, don't give that man that power over a word, especially when you can't call him any word that will offend him, except for I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Say her name, say her name. But anyway, yeah, there aren't any derogatory names that you can call him. I mean, you can call him a honky, he don't give a fuck. You can call him a peckerwood, he don't give a fuck. You can call him a cracker, he don't give a fuck. You can definitely offend white women by calling them a cunt. Now you got a problem. They be ready to. I really wish I understood the power of that word. Because they be ready to give it to you. I see we have a caller on the line. Caller with the last number is 3595. Give me just a second, and we are definitely going to get you on. Let me just finish these comments, and I'm just about done. But yeah, so and no disrespect, but I don't call black people in America African Americans. African Americans is the term that Jesse Jackson coined, and he said that black people should start calling themselves African Americans because that would connect us to our African roots. But all black people in the United States are not of African ancestry. They're just not. Most of them are indigenous to the Americas. But that's another part of our history that's well known by many now, but it wasn't very known by many then, and a lot of people just can't grasp it. It's okay. Wisdom and Jacob B. What's going on? Wisdom says you don't need to have love between husband and wife, but only adjustments for the best love of children. I don't know about that. I think having love between a husband and a wife is essential. I think it's I take love for 200, Alex. Johnny West says I disagree with that. If there was no women around, I wouldn't turn to dudes. Of course you wouldn't. But as you can see, homosexuality is viewed differently between women than it is for men. A lot of these dumbass niggas out here, they be like, oh yeah, I like lesbian chicks. I take a dyke chick. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that if a chick is bisexual, that now they're gonna be able to have a threesome and shit like that. And it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, you mess around with them bisexual chicks, and then you knock one of them up, and it's a boy. And you wondering why this little motherfucker like to play with dolls, and he wants to turn double dutch. He don't even want to jump rope. He want to turn double dutch. He want to play with the girls, and it ain't because he attracted to them. It's all good till it ain't good. So even in the movies, all that lesbian shit, they put that on blast. They put it right there so you can see everything. When it comes to the men's shit, unless it's on cable, like the show Power or what's that shit where they had it on The Wire. All of the black hood shows, The Shy, definitely P-Valley. You know what I mean? All of those shows, they always, man, listen. We treat girl on girl different than man on man. And I get it. I get it. Do I accept it? Fuck no. But I get it. If it was up to me, we wouldn't have none of that shit on TV because they want you to believe that that's reflective of everyday life. Well, it depends on whose life you're talking about. Sure, I may see some of them every day, but do I interact every day? Like, you look at my phone, you won't find one gay person in it. I'm sure that other people have phones the same way. And it's okay if you friends with them and all of that. There's nothing wrong with that. But to have that shit rammed down your throat and try to make it seem like that's the shit. Come on, man, stop it. Stop it. Hold on. All right. Hold on. Dingleberry says, "What up, son? How are you this morning?" Cunt is one of my favorite words. I'll tell you, man, white girls, they be trying to, you can mess around and get hung for that shit. King Santo says, "I be feeling like one of them ball playing niggas like Magic or something." Okay. He says, "But if I leave, the fans still gonna love me, man. I don't know. Sin City Chris says, "Nigga got them cuckoo necklaces." KamalaHarris supporter? Not necessarily. She's not one of my favorite people. But I'm not voting for Trump. There's only 2 people in the election, and I'm not voting for Trump. And I don't support Trump, and I don't like him, and I never have, and I never will, and I'm not fucking with him. My only wish is that bullet would have came a little bit, like all I needed, it was an inch closer. If it was a real shooting in the first place. But hey, listen, I don't know how, like, y'all black niggas, y'all different. I don't know how y'all grew up or who raised y'all, but where I come from, I support black business, and I support black excellence, and I support black love, and I don't take days off from that. I'm sorry. So in an election, this ain't hard. She's qualified and she's black. Sorry. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't give a fuck. Not. I'm sorry. All right. Redacted says, "Anyone but Trump." Word. Chris says, "I honestly do not care what anybody calls me, as long as they stay out of my home. We good. I feel so many people are like snowflakes and melt under other people's opinions. Always, I'm out. I'm cool. Anyways, I'm out. Peace to you." Shim says, "I'm on your phone." Not in the numbers, you ain't. Crispy Bacon. What up, dude? Yo, man, I saw you. I watched the show. I watched the show back the other night, and I see that I missed your name, man. I'm glad I got a chance to see you. Said, "Dude, you're wishing for somebody shot in the head that is screwed up." No, it ain't. Fuck that. No, it's not fucked up. No, it's not. And I'm gonna tell you why. You can cry for your enemies all you want. I ain't crying for a motherfucker. If you my enemy, you my enemy for real. You ain't my enemy because you said something to me or that you don't like me or we can't get along. That's not an enemy to me. That's somebody who I don't get along with. If you're my enemy, it's a mortal thing. It's on sight. This is deep. That means you have done something that you can't come back from. There's no apology. Shit. You think I would shed a tear if that motherfucker if he would have got laid out? Shit, I would have jumped for joy. I would have sang. And I wouldn't have been alone. Shit. You let the rest of these soft ass niggas, let them cry. Let them cry for Massa. I ain't crying for this shit. Must be crazy. It was a white man who shot him. It was a white man who shot him. If he really got shot, if. Why is Trump your enemy? Let's take the caller. Caller with the last numbers 3595. Thank you for holding. Welcome to the Daily Go Getimism Show. What's on your mind this evening? What's good?
You know what? Your subject tonight is on point. And I want to actually thank you for the realness, but they've honestly been dumbing down our community, just people that look like me, since the history of time. And it goes way deeper. it goes so deeper to where there's all kinds of commercials that shows Africa as being this impoverished community of people who need the most support and the most help. Africa is the most richest continent on this planet. Really, they supply everything. They supply so much to the rest of the world. So, it's just sad how they dumb down our people to where even when watching political speeches go on, they're having to use rappers and twerk and all of this just to get points across. Just talk to the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're not as dumb as they try to make us. So it's kind of crazy. I don't know why I shared it, but it's nuts.
Well, I'll tell you something. It's important. It's important to white supremacy America that black people be as brainwashed, as stupid, as sheepish, and as Stockholm syndrome inflicted as possible. It's very important to them. And it's working. It's working every day. Just now, I'm going back and forth with some black people about political shit, about who's our friend and who's our enemy and all of that kind of shit. There's no reason that I should have to explain that we should be different on that front. But we are. And most of it is because we've been conditioned to think that somebody who basically we've been conditioned to hate ourselves. So anybody who looks like us, we are suspicious of. But
Right.
But here's the thing. I want to address this whole Kamala Harris not being black thing. I want to address that because this shit is comedy to me. And it's comedy and it's also tragedy to me. It's like a Shakespearean play. If Kamala Harris was from around the way, none of us would accept that she wasn't black. We would tell her, "Oh, you trying to be out here trying to be white, trying to be Indian, whatever. Girl, you black. Girl, you are straight black. Go ahead with that shit. You ain't even red bone like that. You light skinned, but you ain't light like all of that. Your dad black, you black." That's what we would say to her.
Right.
But
yeah, because so many black women in the community feel like they're not black enough.
Hold on. Let me finish this. Because I've been having to write this for the past 2 weeks. I haven't been able to verbalize it, and I can get it across if I verbalize it. Because she's not around the way. Now we done moved the goalposts and changed the standards. Now we get to decide who's black and white. So if you're around the way and you trying not to be black, you're black. But if you in politics and you trying to be black, now you're white because you have white in your family or something. I think that's really interesting. They did the same shit with Barack Obama. Barack Obama is visibly black, even though we know that his dad was African and his mom was white, right? So, because he never denied his blackness, all right, he's a black man. But as soon as black people decided that he didn't do anything for them as president, and Donald Trump brought up this whole birther thing with a birth certificate that he never produced, that he said he had, but he never produced, because he's about that fraud shit. Now, like, well, Barack Obama's not really black anyway, because, his dad was African, not American black, and his mom was white. So it's another around the way thing. He didn't grow up around the way where we would have said, yeah, he's black. I mean, the nigga even played basketball.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
right.
So in politics, I see that, no, you can't be black unless you from around the way. But around the way, you can't be white because you from around the way. That's how we do. That's our thinking. It's the stupidest thing. You want to know if somebody is black? Ask a white person. Because they ain't going for that.
Right.
You ain't gonna hear them talking about something. No, he's half white. Ain't gonna happen. Like,
right, but that was exactly my point. That's exactly my point as far as seeing biracial people from a whole. My sons are biracial, so when I see my sons and when I'm teaching them as a Black mom, teaching her sons, I ask if white people will see them as white or Black.
Word.
So, right. So everybody wants to talk about how it's funny how soon as someone gets in a state of being able to just, you know, as soon as people get in a state of power or achieve something in our community, it's like crab in a barrel wanting to pull that person down. If you put a little bit of Black in any color paint, it's going to come out Black. When we're in our own community, the first thing you say to a biracial person is, oh, you think you're all that, you're just as Black as me. So why does people feel like this when someone becomes, you know, takes office or something? I just don't understand it.
It ain't hard. It's not hard to understand. We are lost people. And in defense of bad grammar, we were becoming loster and loster. You know, because look, we the same niggas that let Rachel Dolezal be Black. Rachel Dolezal. Do you know who Rachel Dolezal was? Do you know who she was?
I do.
Okay. Rachel Dolezal was a white woman who had features like a Black woman and was the head of the NAACP.
Right.
And she was the head of the NAACP for a minute until somebody was like, yo, is she even Black? It was like, no. And she had no Black in her. But yeah.
Right.
These the same motherfuckers that let Rachel Dolezal be Black. These are the same people who said that Bill Clinton was the first Black president. See, you play instruments or dance and sing for Black people, and they be like, oh yeah, he can come to the cookout. That means you get to be Black. You got a Black card. But Barack Obama was held to a higher standard. All you hear about him now is he ain't do nothing for Black people. He ain't do nothing for Black people. He ain't do nothing for Black people. I'm like, oh, you don't get to be Black no more when you don't do nothing for Black people. Even though y'all don't even know what his policies did for y'all stupid Black asses. Because Barack Obama actually did a lot for Black people. And he did something for them.
There's definitely a healing that needs to... there's definitely a healing that needs to be taking place in our own community when how we see each other. And we really need to start coming together because their roles are to completely dumb us down every single way, and then we turn around and dumb each other down. So it's just, we'll never get anywhere. And that saddens me.
Well, I don't know if we'll never get anywhere. I don't like to say never because I won't be around when never happens, but I will say this. For our purposes, we got to stop looking for stadium-sized examples of our advancement because it's not going to happen. You know, like we are built more towards like we're better in a private school setting because you know when you go to a private school the classroom sizes are smaller, so you get more individual attention. So the likelihood that your child will excel and grasp the material is higher than if they were in a public school setting where there might be 30 or 40 kids in the classroom and half of them might be disruptive or whatever, so it can hinder your learning experience. Or in a small clubs, no, I don't want to say club, a small group setting, maybe like 10 people, you can talk to 10 people, you can reach 10 people. You start talking about 10,000 people, you're not really reaching them. Some of them, all of them might be cheering, but you have no way of knowing if all 10,000 of them are cheering, and you don't know if all 10,000 are cheering for what you think they're cheering about. So 5,000 of them may be cheering about the same thing, and then 2,000 of them might be cheering about something else, and 3,000 may be cheering because they heard the other 7,000 cheering. We gotta understand that psychology of ourselves, and we don't. We are so far from understanding that it's crazy. But the topic of the show tonight was that would have never happened if we would have still been together. I feel the same way politically, socially, and all of that. Because without us having knowledgeable leaders who can think rationally and who can think what's the word I'm looking for? Logically, rationally and logically, we come to these blanket conclusions and we get used by these opportunistic leaders who ain't doing nothing but taking our money away, or these charismatic leaders who promise us all this dumb shit. Like, do you know how many niggas are voting for Trump because they said because he gave us the stimmy and he gonna give us the stimmy? They think he gonna do that shit again, like it's another pandemic coming. And I'm dead serious. There are millions of black people who think that shit. And guess what? The saving graces, them motherfuckers don't even vote. You got all these motherfuckers caping for Trump. They don't even vote. I bet you, I promise you they not registered to vote. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? When they look at there are statistically, just pure numbers, more registered Democrats than Republicans, hands down. So if every Republican votes and every Democrat votes, then Democrats win every time. It'd be a landslide every single time. You know what happens on the Democratic side? They don't vote, and on the Republican side, most of them do vote, and that's how they win. But if they were toe to toe, 100%, Democrats would win every time, and that's why Republicans always try to suppress the vote. It's really the only way that they can win. We just talk about in pure numbers. You can't even dispute this. You can't even dispute it. So when you hear Donald Trump say to his supporters, even though he did it in error in 2020, he told them, don't do it, only come out to vote, don't mail in your vote. You see, he ain't saying that shit again. He fucked up. He like, yo, I don't care what you got to do. Yeah. Vote for me. You know what I mean? I don't care if you in a space shuttle. You know what I mean? Come mail that shit in from outer space. Yeah, whatever. Because failure normally teaches people, but it doesn't teach us enough. Listen, I want to thank you for calling in. I gotta get on out of here. It's almost 3:00 in the morning over here where I'm at. But I want to thank you for calling in. I appreciate your call. And please do not hesitate to ever call in again. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And you have a wonderful night. Real wonderful. You know what I'm saying? Night, night. Peace. All right. Let's do these birthday shout outs and let's get out of here. This show wasn't supposed to be political. Y'all just goad me into this political arena and this social arena. Yeah, I said, got me going against my brothers. I love you, my brothers, but y'all dumb. It's all good though. One day y'all gonna get smart. I know y'all think I'm dumb, but I'm not. All right, let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious August 1st, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box. My girl Belinda Wilson, happy birthday to you. And these are the August Leos. So, you know, this is some extra strong shit going on right now. These are August Leos and these kicking it off on the first day. So I want to give an extra special shout out to them. Quadja Matthews, happy birthday to you. And Kwamdeem Bahari, happy birthday to you. And Lonnie Felder, happy birthday to you. And Aniska Stasham, happy birthday to you. And Corey Spood, happy birthday. And Veronica Cash Vasquez, happy birthday to you. And Danielle Kamen, happy birthday to you. And Lato T Lop, happy birthday to you. And Julianka Witherspoon, happy birthday. And she's raising money for Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. Ooh, you done picked a hard. Whew, that's a hard one to if y'all know anything about pancreatic cancer, man, you know, woo, that's a toughie, but good luck with that. And Yolanda McDowell, happy birthday to you. I lost a really good friend to pancreatic cancer. Shout out to my heavenly August Leo friend Steve, my man Steve Wilkes. And Yolanda McDowell, happy birthday to you. And Shalonda Burton, happy birthday to you. Gregory Young, my dude, happy birthday to you. Turning the big 50 today. And last but not least, my girl Angelica Peacock. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all a good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious August 1st, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind, and anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, hey, yo, this would have never happened if we were still together. Sometimes if you feel that way. I mean, you know, you know what the crazy thing about this whole channel is? I am not a really political person. I'm not. You know, like, politics is something that I know. It's not something that I do. But sociology, study of human behavior, study of our people, black studies, that's something that I do. So I understand some things on a level and a plane that a lot of our people don't understand, and a lot of people, period, don't understand, especially when it comes to history. And you know, none of this shit really gets me bent out of shape. It makes me a little discouraged sometimes in the aftermath, because I realize how far apart we are from each other, regardless of how close in proximity we are. At the end of the day, it's all about living and letting live. However, if I have to live, or if we have to live by tiptoeing around the truth of our existence, if we have to act like something didn't happen that did happen, or act like we're not affected by something that we're affected by, then that's not a world that I want to live in. It's really not. If that's the world that you're comfortable with, that's cool, but that's not a world that I'm okay with. So when I say that this would have never happened if we would have still been together, I can take that to mean like whether I'm with my girl or my wife, or my kids, or my family, or my friends, or my co-workers, or whatever, or my team. But I can also mean it for an entire race or ethnic or culture of people. Like maybe I need to be there, or you need to be there, in order to make sure that shit goes the right way. Because sometimes when we're not there, we have to rely on the accounts of people who were there to tell us why this shit didn't work. Maybe if we were there, we could have made it work. We could have put some more ideas in. Maybe we could have put some more pain in. Maybe we could have burned some more midnight oil. Maybe we could have used more energy. Maybe we could have used our influence. Maybe we can't really say shit when we're not there. It's unfortunately, because just like when you run a business, if you have to be right there at the business in order to make money, or to make sure that the money gets put in the bank, or that the till gets put in the deposited, if you can't trust the people that you leave minding the store, if you can't trust your coworkers, if you can't trust your employees, if you can't trust security, if you can't trust your family, if you have to be there every waking moment of your life, think about it. Really, no man or woman is a millionaire if they have to rely only on themselves to make that money. It does not work that way. Teams make millions, not individuals. Individuals take credit for making millions, but it's always teams that do it. Behind every millionaire, there are a bunch of employees, there are a bunch of volunteers, there are a bunch of supporters, there are a bunch of people who contributed, so they're contributors. I want to thank y'all for coming through tonight, man. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go-Getterism show. So, man, y'all have a good night. Make sure y'all hit the like button. 14 likes. We had way more people in here than 14 likes. Can I get a like? Can I get a subscribe? Can I get a shout out? Can I get some, it don't hurt to hit the like button. And that's all I'm going to ask you for. It helps the channel. It helps the channel. Helps the channel. Helps the channel. Helps the channel. Let me take y'all necklace off of y'all. You still look good to me. Everybody talking about the cool bone necklace, but it's still telling lies to me. Everybody talking about the cow bone necklace, but it's still looking fly to me. I said, everybody taking off the cow bone necklace, but it's still looking fly to me. I said, everybody putting on the cow bone necklace, but it's still looking fly to me. I said, it's still looking fly to me. I said, it's still looking fly to me. I said, it's still looking fly to me. Peace, y'all. One. Oh, wait a minute. Blog Talk, we gonna get y'all out of here. Yeah. And to my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobas. Peace.